How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. Today I'm here with Scott from Saucony, and today we are going to be taking a first look at the new Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. Now, Scott, the Saucony Endorphin line has been pretty hot for the last couple years. It's all about speed, efficiency, and when it first launched, it seemed like the Pro was going to be kind of the shoe. It was the super shoe, it was the racer, but as time went on, it seemed like people started gravitating a lot towards the Speed because it had that efficiency and responsiveness, but was a little bit more versatile. Now moving into version 3, we've got a completely new design that even starts to kind of separate itself a little bit from the Pro. Can you tell us about this shoe? Maybe first on up, let's talk about the midsole. What's going to be different in version 3?
Yeah, thank you, Connor. The Endorphin Speed 3, the midsole is still going to be using a Power Run PB compound. As a reminder, that's that Pebax-based material that is extremely resilient, very durable. One of the things that we've done differently, though, is that it's built on its own tooling. So we did want to differentiate a little bit from the Pro. So the Speed and Pro have their own personalities. But this is one of the things that's happened over time, is that this is still a shoe that when you want to run fast, it's prepared to help you with a nylon plate that's in the shoe that we'll talk about in a second. But it's also become a daily trainer for a lot of people too. So one of the things that we wanted to do was add a little bit more structure to the shoe while still not sacrificing some of that fit, feel, and transition that the runner is used to.
Yeah, and taking a look at the stack height, it seems like the stack is fairly in line from the past version as opposed to the Pro that's now kind of been raised up to those max limits. But when you look at the plate, I can almost see something peeking out. Can you tell us about the changes and how that's going to affect the ride?
Yes, of course. So a couple things. You had mentioned that the plate is actually going to be an evolution of what we've done previously. What we've done is we've actually used the S-shaped design that's a nylon-based material, but what we've offered is we actually have a wing design that wraps up on the lateral side and the medial side. And what that's going to do is it's just going to provide a little bit of guidance through midfoot as you're in transition in the shoe.
Perfect. So you're still going to get kind of that responsiveness, that pop, that efficiency, a little bit more stable, and again, a little bit less aggressive than the Pro, so it can handle that daily training while still being fast enough to pick up the pace on workouts, or even some people are racing in this shoe. Really versatile shoe. Now, moving on down to the outsole, fairly similar to past versions. We're still going to have a good amount of exposed Power Run PB. Can you tell us about the changes in here? Do we have a little bit less outsole?
We do. So we've reduced the outsole compound a little bit, but not that it would be noticeable to the runner. And then we've also maintained that speed roll design. So the geometry of the shoe is really going to have that aggressive toe spring that's really going to encourage the runner to be up on their foot and propelling through their through forefoot.
Perfect. Now, finishing this shoe off, we got to talk about the upper. Now, we did talk about this shoe gaining just a little bit of weight. It's still very lightweight on foot, but I think some of those weight additions are going to come from this upper. It's going to be a little bit more stable, and it just seems like there's a little bit more to this upper. Can you tell us about the changes?
Yeah, it's the weight increase is really not even noticeable to the runner. So it's moving from 7.8 ounce to 8.1. Where that is happening is, I already mentioned the plate, but then secondly is on the upper, we've really reinforced the heel counter. So the heel counter is a little bit more aggressive, and it's going to just offer a little bit better security across the upper of the shoe for the runner.
Fantastic. Well, the Endorphin Speed 3 has been one of my favorite shoes, and I hear it from runners all over that it really has been one of their favorite shoes of the last 2 years. It's so versatile, so responsive. It takes a lot of those learnings from the Endorphin Pro, but just makes it a little bit more versatile. And I really like that this new version is separating itself a little bit from the Pro. I think in the past it was kind of like, which one do I buy? Now there's definite reasons to buy both, to have two separate performance and race day option in your training lineup. The real question is, when can you get this shoe on your feet?
Yeah, so the Endorphin Speed 3 will be available in July 2022.
If you're looking to get the Endorphin Speed 3 on your feet, it'll be available here at Running Warehouse.